check the mic and make sure it sound right, boys.
What is up, you guys? Welcome back to my channel, Live Free with JD. In this video, what I wanted to talk to you guys about is the 2022 real estate market. Who better to hear it from? And I wanted to give you my outlook on it, just a general outlook. At the end of the video, I'll get into Philadelphia specifically and the Pennsylvania market. But we're gonna make a lot of generalizations and just look at a lot of the big economic factors that go into what's gonna set the pricing trends for this year and where we're looking to get into. So without any further ado, let's get into what's gonna go on with the real estate market this year. The first factor I wanna get into as far as why the real estate market is going to go up this year is the pricing of rents versus the pricing of prices. We already saw a 19% increase year over year in 2021 in housing prices. Now, rents only went up 11% during that time. And a lot of this has to do with the initial drops that happened to rent during COVID when it first hit. A lot of people panicked, got scared, lowered rent so they can get their places occupied. Last year, the sentiment was pretty similar, so rents didn't really raise too much, but we're thinking this is the year where everything's gonna go back to normal, and those unicorn rental deals are not gonna be there quite as much. With that being said, with the rents going back to where they should be, and investors being a little less cautious with occupancy rates, seeing rents be better compared to the prices they're buying at, I think that's gonna push prices up a bit higher as well. I don't know that we'll see the same 19% year over year, but as the rents go up, prices should follow. If not this year, next year, and regardless with that lag effect, if you're buying property, the price should still go up in the next couple years here. Arguably the biggest factor that's gonna affect real estate housing prices this year, similar to last year and why we had that 19% year over year growth, is the supply issues. So with there being such a little supply on the market, it's been fairly a seller's market, and buyers have had to pay a premium because there's not many options and they were looking to buy. We kind of have a perfect storm here to see the market continue going up, in that there really aren't enough supplies for builders to get their hands on to build out new houses, to do renovations, and when there are supplies there to grab, it's just the prices are outrageous and it doesn't make sense for anyone to build or renovate at the current time. So with that, what's going up to sell is going to be current inventory. Not everyone's looking to sell, and a huge factor that's going to come into play is a lot of people moved out of cities during COVID back home. Whether you're in the suburbs or the city, if you moved back home with mom and dad, if all your roommates moved back home and everyone was just trying to lay low and save up while working remote, well, now that we're getting close to most people returning back to the office, we're gonna start seeing those people move out, and they're either gonna be renting, which will drive rental prices up, which will drive prices of houses up with that lag effect, or they're gonna be looking to purchase themselves. And if there are a lot of buyers coming into the market, but we still have such limited supply, price is gonna have to go up this year. The last thing I wanna get into is the contrast between rural markets versus urban markets. We're seeing that urban markets are making their comeback. That's where prices for rent dropped the most. That's where a lot of people moved out of when COVID hit and everything went remote. The city life is trending back. Not that I think that rural markets and suburban markets are gonna go down necessarily, but I do think we're gonna see a much stronger trend in urban markets here as we recover here from COVID. And that leaves us into my favorite part, is gonna be discussing the Philadelphia market. Philadelphia is urban, so it's clearly gonna catch a lot of that help. Philadelphia was actually number 4 in an increase of techies moving in and tech jobs and IT jobs coming to Philly. This is only behind Dallas, Houston, and Miami. Miami's quickly becoming a huge tech hub. That market's gonna be really interesting. It's already pretty pricey, and now a lot of people from California and New York are realizing how great Miami is, both in terms of quality of life and now the tech scene. So it's really interesting seeing what's happening there. But to get back to the point, Philadelphia looks like it's in a prime position to continue to grow. There's still a decent number of open lots for developers to build on. New construction has been just on fire in Philadelphia. The amount of jobs coming to Philadelphia and the move outs and transfers from New York to Philadelphia are bringing more buyers into the market, more workers into the market, and as you know, the more money and people that flow into a city, the better chance it has to keep growing, both in terms of demand for houses, and the overall area tends to gentrify at that point, and then more businesses will come in as more people and money flow in. So Philadelphia is on the up at this point. We should really see a strong trend in 2022, and I have a lot of confidence in our market. So let's see what happens here. Let's see how 2022 is. Thank you guys for tuning in to this video, and if you haven't already, please subscribe to my channel and like this video. And if you need any help with your first real estate deal, you know who to contact. Recently just got certified as a broker, and I am excited to help you guys out with getting into real estate and starting to live free. Cheers.
Check the mic and make sure it sound right, boys.